Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I'm so happy you found us. I'm Lisa, and this is Creativity and Inspiration. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing good. It is Monday and time for a new video, which is super exciting. I have a great video for you today. We're going to jump right on into this because I'm just that excited. So come on in, get closer, and let's make this new journal with a new shape. Okay guys, I have you in a little different position. Hopefully I don't hit you while we're doing this. So we're making a journal, and we're going to make one with a little bit different shape. Just something new, different. We always make the same journals, which are amazing, but sometimes we want to do something different, and I was kind of playing around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these two index cards. As you can see, I got them at an estate sale, and it was just a stack of these index cards, which are amazing. I love them. We're going to use these to create a little journal. And the reason I'm making this journal is I have a lot of art now. I have a lot of canvas, and I'm going to catalog them with a photo when I made them, all that information that I need when I submit them to galleries. And I need some place to keep all of that. So I'm going to do that in this little journal that I'm making. And I was playing around, like I said, this weekend, and I came up with a really cool idea to make a journal. To start, what I have here, like I said, are the index cards, as I showed you. They are 8 inches long by 5 inches wide. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a ruler for this, and I'm going to do both cards at the same time. I have one turned backwards, so it's my front, there's my back. Okay, I'm going to bring my ruler over. I want to make sure they're exactly even, so I'm going to put a rubber band just to kind of keep them together so they don't come apart, since I'm doing two at once. I've got my ruler, and I'm going to measure in from the end of the card right here. I'm going to measure in 3/4 of an inch, and I'm just going to mark it. Okay. And then from the 3/4 of an inch, I'm going to go a quarter more, which would be 1 inch. So a quarter more. And then after I do that, here's the two marks. Here's the one at 3/4 and then a quarter more at an inch. I'm going to make those marks. Now I'm going to turn it sideways and bring them in a 1/2 an inch. That's all I want to bring them in. So I'm going to line up with I'm going to cut in 1 inch. So it's going to make like a really thin rectangle. Then I'm going to come in from this one. Again, I'm only coming in 1/2 an inch. And that's going to be what I cut out right there, that little triangle. But I'm going to do the same thing on the other side real quick. Okay, now I have it marked where I'm going to cut. I'm going to leave my rubber band on because I want to cut these at the same time. Just saves time. You don't have to. I'm using scissors. You could use a craft knife, whatever you're more comfortable cutting with. And you don't have to cut them at the same time. You can measure them. I just like to come at the same time. That way I make sure they're both the same. Okay, once you get both sections cut out, this is going to be your spine right here. So, to bind this together, you have 3 options. You can use a rubber band, and then you can change the papers, the images out, add to very easily. And it's going to open along that fold, so you're just going to come in and kind of bend it right there. Okay. So you can do that with a rubber band and do all your pages the same way. Or you can use a hair tie, or you can stitch it closed with wax thread, or you could stitch it closed on your sewing machine. Whatever you want to do. Just remember, add your papers first. And you'll do the same thing. You'll measure 3/4 of an inch, then 1/4 more, and then in 1/2 inch. Cut that out so you get these little long skinny triangles. This is your spine, and this is your new journal. How cool is that? Super simple to do. It took me, 5 minutes. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I would decorate the cover, because this kind of goes back to our collaging of our tags. I'm going to take the rubber band off, though, because I want to collage the whole thing. I want it to look like seamless. And because this is art, I kind of want it to reflect that my art's inside. I could do all little images of my art on top if I wanted to, but since I'm doing them inside, I want to save ink. So I'm just going to use some of our papers here, and I'm just going to randomly collage on some basic images first, which are, as you know, all of our, what I call base papers. I think we need some color on this, so I think we'll put that on there too. And let's put the book page up here where the green was. And we need something down in that corner. So let's add in another pattern. Okay, so that's going to be our collage base right there. I'm going to glue this all down real quick, and we'll come back and add the bling or the frosting on top. Okay, guys, I got my base papers down, collaged on, and I cut out my notches for my spine. As you can see, I used a nice mixture of what I call base papers. Now, this next layer is going to be my color layer. It's going to add the pop, but it's not the cherry on the frosting. It's just the frosting. And I used this page out of an old planner because it's got a lot of great shapes and colors in it. And on the back it was a map. And remember, this is going to showcase my art for myself. Help me keep track of what I have, where it's at, and all of that. So, I want a lot of color, a lot of interest, a lot of fun. So, from this sheet of paper right here, I cut out an @ symbol, and I'm going to place it right there. Cut out an and symbol, and ampersand. It has some writing on it, and I'm going to put that kind of right here on the green. And then from that big page, and then I'm going to use some of the green border and just kind of put it in different spots around. I'm going to take the blue words and kind of put it up here. I'm going to bring my ampersand, I'm going to do it like that. Kind of, well, no. Yeah, like that. Kind of put the blue map words there, and then this piece I'm going to put up here. Because I like it. It's upside down, which doesn't matter because I'm not doing it for the map. I'm doing it for the beautiful colors. Actually, I can bring this down some. I'm going to bring this green piece on the side down some. And then for the bottom, instead of doing green, because this is green, the green kind of gets lost in it, I'm going to use the shallow, which is the marks for the centimeter on this paper ruler, and I'm going to put it down across the bottom here, like I said, because the green kind of got lost. And then for my words, I'm going to put the green exceed right here, and then I'm going to write probably on a piece of paper, maybe on a piece of paper like right here, I'm going to write expectations where it says exceed expectations. And for the center, for the cherry on all the frosting, I'm going to use this pink ninja sticker I got on some fun mail. Remember, reuse, even if it's mail or trash or whatever, reuse, because everything can be used again. I kind of like the triangle that I cut out like that. So we're going to just kind of adjust because I want that to be the center. Don't be afraid to move things around, you know, and change up your original designs a little bit, because remember, it's all fluid. It's always changing. Life's fluid. Life's always changing. I'm going to turn the map sideways to fit better. There we go. And write expectations. And this is what our cover looks like. I'm really super happy with it. I think it came out really fun, kind of funky, and that's going to be the cover. Now you can go in and stamp on here if you want to add some more of that layering effect, some texture, like we do in all mixed media, which I will go in and do after I get everything glued in. I'll be right back. Okay guys, here is our collage journal cover. I'm going to come in and do a little stamping just to add a little more texture, maybe a little doodling shadows just to finish it off. I did fold it after I glued all the layers down on the cover so that my crease would just be there, so I would make sure everything's not too stiff and it would bend. I'm really happy with it. I think it's super cute. After I do all of the texturing on the front, off camera, I'm going to go do the inside and do the back. I'm not going to do anything to the back cover because it's going to be, you know, everywhere. And so if it gets dirty, I don't care. The inside, I'm going to use some of my watercolor papers that I watercolor doodle at night. And just to make those the inside covers. But yes, it's done and it'll be all finished at the back. But let's add some texture. So hold on a second. Okay, I cleaned up a little bit just so you could see better. And I'm using my writing stamp and my music stamp. You can use whatever stamps you want to, but normally there's stuff that don't take away from the overall image. And I'm just using the tea dye ink, Distress ink, because I thought it would look better. And remember, you just kind of stamp until you don't have any more ink left. It doesn't have to be perfect. And remember to stamp your images too, because that's just adding texture to everything. And you can stamp as much or as little as you like. And then that's it for the stamping. There, and it just added a little interest, a little movement, a little texture to it. Then I'm going to come in and just add some shadowing, kind of doodling with my pen. You can add just some outlines, whatever you want to do. Remember, it is yours. Okay, I just added a little shadowing effect, a little doodling, not a lot, didn't go crazy. And it's ready. If I wanted to label this, you know, canvas inventory, I could, or art inventory, I certainly could do that. I kind of like exceed expectations because that's, you know, every time I paint, I'm trying to create even more than I did last time. So anyway, that is our collage cover and our really cool new shape journal cover, which is, I don't know what you'd call it, the tab shape maybe. And again, the size of your cover doesn't matter, but these numbers will stay the same. 3/4 inch from the back of your journal cover, 1/4 inch after you mark the 3/4 inches, and then from that you draw a rectangle and you go 1/2 inch in. Oh, I didn't write that down. You go 1/2 inch in, and then you cut out small rectangle. And remember to kind of fold that, bend it so it is a true spine, and then you can sew it shut. You can use a rubber band. You can do whatever you want to make it yours. Before you put your paper in, though, make sure you cut your paper tabs as well, because the whole point of making a cool new journal cover right is seeing the actual design of it. For a look at the finished journal, watch the end of the video. Guys, before you go, hey guys, I forgot to end this video. Be sure and give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Also, don't forget, hit that subscribe button and that little bell if you haven't yet. I super would appreciate it. We're trying to hit 1,000. Thanks for being here. Bye. Okay guys, here's the finished thing. Doing a quick little flip through. I just used rubber band. Remember, you can sew it or however. You can make your cover flexible, more or less, whatever. If you do it one way though, be sure and do it the other way so it'll go back and lay down flat. Then here's all my papers. I did just plain papers since I'm doing an inventory. There's the back. I didn't do anything with that. And then there's the back of this. And it matches the inside of that. Super simple, easy to, do